This is Fred Wall, the Visa Coach. Today's topic is, what are the financial eligibility requirements for fiancé visas in 2015?
VisaCoach. Fast, easy, and personal.
Hi, my name is Fred Wall, and I'm the Visa Coach, known for the personal one-on-one attention you, as my client, receive, and the effectiveness of a VisaCoach front-loaded presentation that leads to fast and easy approval. Now, in order to successfully petition for your fiancé to come to the USA, you as the U.S. citizen sponsor must demonstrate to immigration that you have enough income coming in that you can support your future wife and household. The financial requirement is that you, the sponsor, must have income equal to and preferably more than 100% of the national poverty income level. Okay? And each year, the Department of Health and Human Services publishes new poverty guidelines. And take a look, the URL is here. Take a look at that. Since last year, the requirement has risen by $200. I guess the economy is doing good. Today's requirements to be eligible for a fiancé visa, you have to earn at least $15,930 per couple, plus $4,160 if there's additional household members like children. Okay. Now, the way the calculation works is you must have sufficient income or assets to indicate that you are financially able to support the fiancé and can guarantee that she won't go on welfare. Your annual income is based on the required annual income is based on the number of dependents you have in your household and should be at least 100% of the poverty guideline. So as of March 2015, for residents in the continental USA, well, the financial eligibility thresholds for a K1 visa are as follows. For two persons, that's you and your fiancé, $15,930. If three persons in the household, there's a child or so, $20,090. Four persons, $24,250. And more persons, then add $4,160 for each one. Now, financial eligibility thresholds are lower for active military and higher if you're living in Alaska or Hawaii. Now, typically the way that the U.S. sponsor, you, will demonstrate your income would be to provide your most recent federal tax return, 3 to 6 pay stubs showing year-to-date earnings, and get a letter from your employer confirming your job title and what your annual pay is. Now, in case the income is too low, cash assets can be used as an alternative to income. Okay? So, in some cases, if your income is low but you have money in the bank, these assets can be used as a substitute for annual income. Basically, $5 of assets equals the equivalent of $1 of annual income. Now, cash assets are assets which can be easily converted or sold to cash. For example, stocks, bonds, certificates of deposit, cash, okay? Cash in the bank can be used. But other assets like cars, boats, whatever, that cannot be easily turned to cash are not used, with the exception of equity in your home. You can use that. Now, $5 of cash assets equals the same as $1 of annual income. So, for example, if I was retired, living in California, have no income and have no dependents, but I have cash. If I had $79,650 cash assets, I could qualify for the fiancé visa. So basically, it's 5 times the annual requirement of $15,930. Now, you can also do a combination of income and assets. For example, if the sponsor is earning $10,000 per year, then his shortfall is only $5,930. And so that times 5 would equal, you would have to have cash assets in the bank of around $29,650. Now, sometimes, even then, the sponsor's income or assets are not enough to meet the eligibility threshold. I deal with a lot of people who are disabled or in retirement. So you can ask a relative or friend to act as a joint sponsor. And just like buying a car, the second person co-signs your loan. In this case, he's sharing financial responsibility for your spouse, okay, your fiancé spouse. Now, when a joint sponsor is used, the size of the household increases. The combined household for the financial calculations would include the household size of the sponsor combined with the household size of the co-sponsor. For example, say a college student is petitioning for his fiancée. He asks his father to be a joint sponsor. So both the college student and the father would each complete an affidavit of support. Now the student's household is only two persons, himself and his fiancée. But the father's household would be, say, father, mother, and the two children still living at home. So the combined household would be 6 persons. And the combined income requirement for both would be $32,570. Now, a joint sponsor can be used for most fiancé visa petitions, but not all, so be careful. For example, the consulates in Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Nigeria won't allow you to use a co-sponsor. So, if you are applying for a fiancé visa and you know you will need a joint sponsor, well, before you file the petition, you better contact the consulate directly and confirm what their policies are. If not, you'll have to do something else. This was Fred Wall, the Visa Coach. I'm on your side. Call me.
Asking U.S. immigration for permission to bring your fiancé to America for marriage and happily ever after is a slow, complicated, and often frustrating process. It is all too easy to make crucial mistakes that cause delays and denials. Fred Wall, the Visa Coach, has written a short guide for couples contemplating fiancé immigration that points out the pitfalls, red flags, and common mistakes which cause problems, and how to avoid them. The Visa Coach is giving away this indispensable guide free of charge because visas shouldn't stand in the way of love. For you and your partner's peace of mind, don't do anything until you read this guide first. Get your free copy at visacoach.com/5.